Look, I'm just standing on the corner, minding my own business. This thing follows me home. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Stand by. Hey everybody, welcome back to RATTLECAN Fab Shop. I am James, and you may or may not have noticed in our social media feeds that there is some new activity going on over on this end of the shop, and we have added a new tool. Briefly let you know that in the past we have been involved in the woodworking aspect of making guitars, the woodworking aspect of trying to make jigs and fixtures to hold pieces so that we can make parts so we can make and repair those guitars. At the same time, I have been attending a local community college and taking a couple of different tracked programs. One of them is on precision manual machining, and another one has been on CNC operations and programming. And lo and behold, all of these things have had a massive impact together in this one spot in what you see in front of you. This is from a company up in the Canada called Sienci Labs. This is a Longmill Mark II. In particular, this is the 30 by 48 size machine, and it is what's commonly referred to as a CNC router. As you'll notice over here on, like, I can't get my arm over there, the left, that's the Computadora, and that's just it's a pretty darn old laptop. And what this allows us to do on my super Skookum high horsepower laptop in the confines of the house, I'm able to come up with programs and designs and then export that as numeric code. And it then gets loaded onto this computer, and then this computer talks to that box, and then that box sends the beep boops over here to the router and some motors, and it will basically go where you tell it to go. So, I mean, that's the plain and simple of it. It takes something off of your computer, and then it makes it into whatever you put on the table. Now, keep in mind, it's an exceedingly efficient machine, and if you tell it to do something stupid, it's going to do it in an exceedingly efficient manner. And that's why we have the oops button right there. And so we're in the testing phase right now. We've got the machine assembled. We did that over the course of a couple of days. We have flattened our table, and that basically just involved running a flat bottom bit over it about 7 million times. So I had to build a table, obviously, to do that. Built the table to the best of my merest of mere men ability. Got it pretty close. I had a dip back in the corner there that we had to go over a couple of times, but we've gotten it out now. So we have done those flattening passes. We have made a couple of test pieces. The first test piece is the sheeps, and that's just it's a very simple file. It comes off of the CNC website, and it's spelled weird, so you know, I always search for Longmill, and that will bring me up the search results that I want to go into the website, because you know, words are hard. But that's I did that with just a very small bit, and that was the first project that we did. We'll save that just to kind of show the baby steps of where we've gone. This is the second test piece that we have done, and this is just a piece of maple. So in many cases, I have an area in the wood shop over where I work where I'll put offcuts up on the shelf, and if you walk by the shelf, you just take it. You know, I don't care if you turn it into BTUs, I don't care if you turn it into ring boxes or toothpicks or whatever. What I don't want to do is I don't want this stuff to end up in the landfill, because that's where garbage goes. This is not garbage. This is a raw material that you can use for any nefarious purpose that you have. In this case, we're using it to test out some things. There was a very simple file that would spell out the word Longmill, and you can see the difference. I ran that file twice. On the bottom, that is with a 1/4 inch end mill. The end mill, it means that the bottom of it's flat. And then above that, we did the same program, just changed the location, and then changed a bit. And that was with a 60-degree V-bit. So the tip of it's all pointy, kind of like an arrow. And you can see there's a marked difference in those two words. It's the exact same program. The only thing I changed was the bit. And then over on the right was another one of their test pieces that you could download the file and load it up in the software. And it's just the file for a coaster. And I picked that because I wanted to see how it was going to do when it was doing circles. And you know, the nice thing about this piece of wood is it's a pretty stout piece of wood. If I really, really had to, I can just surface the top of that off, and I can use that again, because that's a big, thick piece of maple there. So that's the basic, hey, how you doing? What's happening over here on this side of the shop? I felt I owed it to you guys to kind of give you an explanation. This is not a insubstantial amount of money. This is a fairly big pile of American pesos for a small guy like me. I mean, this is not a $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 CNC machine. I mean, I'm currently into this thing for less than $3,000. And for the capability that affords me, I think it's great value, because this is going to allow us to do some things in the guitar world that have been somewhat problematic, that have certainly slowed down the process, and I think we'll be able to to be doing a lot more things, not just on the guitar side of the shop, but just in general, just because this is, again, the culmination of all these different things, all the computer programming experience stuff that I've done, the CNC stuff that I have done, the regular wood shop stuff that I've done, the guitar lab stuff that I have done, the video stuff that I have done. It's a cool place to be right now. So that is what's going on. It's the Longmill Mark II 30 by 48 CNC router paired up with a long in the tooth laptop. And most everything else I just kind of fabric-cobbled together. My table is made out of scraps that we had sitting around. I mean, I think you've got 3 different pieces of MDF there up on the top that we pulled from. So we'll go into more stuff about it later. That's what's going on. I'm tired of talking because I got stuff to do. And, you know, Mrs. Rattlecan has been away for a week and she's coming home today. So I have to go in and make the house look like it looked like that, you know, the 10 days she was gone. We all know that's not the case. Anyways, I'm James. This is RATTLECAN Fab Shop. And this is our new tool. Got questions or comments? Put them in the comment section beneath the sermon notes. If you're interested in this field, do a Google search for IDC Woodcraft on the YouTubes. His YouTube channel's got kind of a weird name. It's just like, I don't know, CNC Fundamentals or something like that. IDC Woodcraft is the name of his company, and that'll get you to where you need to be, and it will give you the basics. This is a CNC. They're made of metal. And these metal things do these things, and they make things out of wood. It's a good place to be if you're in that field. If you got any questions, give me a holler. I'll help you out the best I can. Anyways, you guys have a great weekend. And remember, get out and do something it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, the end product, because sometimes you just need to get out in the garage and clean your crap up. Anyways, you guys have a great one. I'll talk to you later. Cheers. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to spend it here with me. Hope you enjoyed this video. Here's one that you might enjoy as well. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to hit that button, hit the bell next to it so that you get a notification when we drop a new video. If you've got comments, put them down beneath the sermon notes. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it. You guys have a great weekend. Cheers.